Now then, so what we're doing today is a project on the International Flag Code. Each flag represents a letter and it's hoisted up on the mast of a ship so people can see. In the days before there was radios and things, so you could send messages from ship to ship using flags. We're making simple phrases like the name of the club and then a phrase like practice makes perfect. So that's what we're doing today. So all the flags are quite, some are quite complicated. Checkered flag, flag that looks like the Scotland flag is M. Some are quite simple, they're just a plain colour. So, but the reason I'm making the video is because I've made this jig. I suppose you would call it a jig. It doesn't look much, I've got scribbles all over it, but there's loads of different folds on there. As you can see on here it says half, third, fourth, six stripes, and then so the idea is that we would get a piece of string across there, glue both sides, put the string in the middle, fold that over, and then the other side is the flag, and it hangs up like bunting. So the first thing is there's no point in actually drawing on that little bit, because that will be the flag, because that's the bit for sticking. So the first thing I've done is, this is how this jig works. We put the piece of paper on as square on the piece of paper as you can, and then just draw that. And that gives you exactly that. So I need to do several of those. I'm going to do a U. Let's get my glasses on. I'm going to do a U. So the U is a square there, a square there, a red square there, white square there, red square there, and a white square there. So all we need to do is divide it up that way. So you get your thing, the middle line is there, fold that in half, put it squarely on the paper, and then divide there. The half is there, so we put that there, that on there, and there we have it. So that's red, that goes red, and that's white. So that's the little piece that we need to fold. So we want the halves again, but we're not going to draw the line this time. So we put a little dot, a little dot. We go that way. We put a dot, and we put a dot. So what's this one? This is F. So then we draw those in. And that makes, and so that's red, white, 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 and white, and that makes it F. So have we got any more complicated, right, so the N is quite complicated. It's like a checkered flag, but the checks are blue. So what we need is 1, 2, 3. So we need the half line, so we put that on there. We need the half line, and we need the quarter line, which is there. And what I would do is fold that way, Oh, that was not a good line. Be very careful. I'm trying to do it in a rush. There we go. So that's got the lines that way, but obviously we need the lines this way as well. So first of all, start off with the half. Always the easy one. And then we've got there, and the quarter line is there. Turn that round. And the quarter line is there. So there's your checkered flag. So that's blue, white, blue, blue, white, 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 blue. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so that's about the end of that. That only took half an hour. I've knocked 5 minutes off because I was videoing. And this little thing I've just saved, that would have took me probably all morning, having to measure everything over and over again. I mean, how many is there here? 25. There's 25 sheets here. So that would have taken me just so much longer, probably all morning, and it's only took half an hour. So this little jig thing is definitely worth doing if you're doing anything like this project. So obviously I can't show the kids working on it, doing all the colouring and things, but I'll put a couple of photos on of the finished work. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with this. Definitely a time saver. Just to show you what the whole thing is before we get it strung together. So this says laughs, practice makes perfect. So I'll just show you down the whole length of it, which it won't be in focus at the other side. And that's what it'll look like when it's finished. Down the edge of the paper, or the flag as it is now. That one there, get that straight, fold it over, glue it down. Just lift up a bit, glue that down.